Hello and welcome to another Cheapskate Tuesday. Sorry, I think they're getting cheesier and cheesier as I go. If you've not seen a Cheapskate Tuesday before, I look at an instrument or a plugin, buy it for as little as I can, and then see if it's any good or not. Can I use it for creative purposes? Now, with this one, I've gone really cheap because I've actually got this completely for free. However, having said that, I'm glad it's free and I didn't pay any money for it, because I think there's a few flaws in this particular instrument that I've downloaded. Arturia make amazing stuff, and currently, as this video goes out, you'll have about 7 days yourself to download it for free. Although I am hoping that Arturia will keep this version of it for free forever, because I think there's a few bugs or flaws in its current state, and you'll see why in this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is say that the actual instrument is great. There's nothing wrong with the sounds. If you're interested in finding an instrument that you just load a preset, play the preset, maybe can tweak a couple of things, and away you go, then this is going to be perfect for you. However, if you're somebody that likes to load a preset and then tweak it, change it, swap out different sounds, maybe change the delay times, the reverb times, or even the reverb room, this might not be the instrument for you. Arturia has released this instrument too early and they've not properly finished it, because there's something under the hood where you can actually find all this stuff. So do watch on, all will become clear. Clearly, the main thing is the morph knob in the middle. What this does is it morphs between, I believe, from the documentation, 4 different layers. And I assume where the line begins and ends, there and there and there, and so on and so forth, each new sound morphs one into the other. The only problem I find with this is I have no idea what any of those sounds are. I've got no way of controlling them or swapping them out with another sound. It's all under the hood. You're stuck with whatever you get within the preset. It is assigned CC21, but of course you can change this to your own CC number if you want to do that. So I've picked Soulful 9. You've got the menu at the top, you've got all presets, or you've got these various different menu options. You can also click on this button here and you get various different options to drill down and find the perfect sound that you want. You can also go by designer and the type as well. And I assume over time there will be more presets added to this as it goes on, because at the moment there's not that many presets. Since this really, as far as I can see at the moment, is a preset based instrument, you rely on the presets and what they sound like. There's not actually that many there. So it would be nice to see more. I presume when an email will drop into my inbox saying, you know, can you upgrade to Augmented Strings Pro, then there'll be more presets. But as it is, there's only a few. So I've got Soulful 9. Now, what I find with this, which I find a bit frustrating, is the morph doesn't change that much. It sounds very similar from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So I don't feel like it's going from an organic sound through to something synthetic that is very, very different. On the left-hand side, you've got a settings option, a MIDI option, and then it tells you all the CCs that are created from the beginning, but you can actually change these. It would be nice to have right-click, learn MIDI, and away you go. Time is a little bit, to me, I see it as the release time, but also on some of the presets, it doesn't act as a release, it acts as an attack. And this is what I mean that I find frustrating about this. Let's say I wanted a long attack time and a fast release, or a short attack time and a long release. I'm not sure how I do that. The only control that I can change to change the ADSR is time. But here you can't really hear it doing anything, and I'm not sure what it's doing. Effects A and B. I'm going to change the preset because this is really annoying me. So I've got a TV show, everything's really tense, and I now need to put something in the background that is just going to bubble away and evolve over time. And here we go. Oh, that's not very dramatic. All right, we'll try again. Do you see what I mean by it doesn't change that much? It doesn't morph into something completely different. So with the motion there, let's say I want to have the motion go from 16th to 30 seconds to 64th, so it gets really, really quick. I can't do that because the motion only goes up to an eighth note there. I might want it to do something else, but I can't get it to do that. The other thing that you're stuck with is the delays. I can't change how many repeats. I can't change the feedback. With the reverb, let's say I wanted that to be a big hall reverb that just lasts for 20 seconds at the end as the scene changes. Because this is what I would use this instrument for. I'm not saying you're just going to use it for TV, but that's how I would use it because that's my job. And I want that reverb to tail into the next scene. Well, I can't do that. I'd have to load a reverb in and then go from there. And then, of course, going back to the morph, I don't hear those 4 layers of sounds, and that to me I find frustrating. Go to the strings. Let's take a listen to some of the strings. Forget Me Not is a short. They're okay. The other thing, if I was doing a repeated, that's quite... You can get some interesting sounds out of this, but I think you really have to play around with the dials until you find something you like. So you see there with time, this one, if I turn the time all the way down, it comes straight in. If I turn the time all the way up, there's an attack time to it, a longer attack time. The color feels like a filter. I'm not sure what the effects are, but they're doing something. And then let's take a look at the morph. Now, there is something which has confused me about this instrument and why I think this has been released possibly before it should have been, or maybe I'm completely missing something. Open up the automation lane. If I go to Augmented, take a look at this. The automation control goes on and on and on. Is this just something that is all the various presets under the hood that you can't control in the instrument, but you can control in the automation? Or is it something that will be added to the actual instrument when we all have to pay for it? Which is why I said I would hope that Arturia keep what I've got as a free option, which would be amazing. It sounds brilliant. There's nothing wrong with the sounds. And then the paid version is the one where you can control all of this stuff. There's an arpeggiator right at the top. I'm going to switch the arpeggiator on. Where did it go? So the arpeggiator came on, but something disappeared, which is why I think this instrument is not finished. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, now I've got the arpeggiator going. I don't know how I tweak the arpeggiator. How do I change it? And I can't see anywhere that you open that opens up the arpeggiator. There's nothing anywhere. But what I can do is change the speed of the arpeggiator. If I go back to here, arpeggiator sync rate. I can't hear it. In conclusion, Arturia, thank you for giving us an instrument that sounds brilliant, but has a few things that still need to be ironed out, in my humble opinion. But what's my opinion worth? I don't know. Not that much, really. It's not necessarily something I will reach for in the future, I don't think, unless a few things change in the functionality of the instrument. So there you go. That's analog strings. I feel terrible that it's not been a more positive one. I like to be positive about everything that I get, but unfortunately I've struggled with this one to find some positives. Anyway, it didn't cost me anything. It's free. I'll see you again in the near future for another Cheapskate Tuesday. If you like this video, do hit the like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, and I will see you soon.